Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Lowell on the Can I BeFrank podcast. We are at the palatial WellPoint Studios here. We're recording this on Monday, June 16th. About one of my favorite events, I think maybe one of the premier events that happens annually here in the city of Lowell, and that is the Lowell City Golf Tournament, which is celebrating its 100th year. And to my knowledge and facts, it is the oldest amateur golf tournament in the country, I believe. And it is just, if you are born and raised in Lowell and surrounding areas, it's part of your DNA. Every June it comes around. There is 4 different golf clubs, Mount Pleasant, Longmeadow, Nabnasset, and Vesper, that play 3 rounds of golf at 3 of those courses. It's highly competitive. I know when people hear the word you're playing in a golf tournament, they think about some charity and a scramble with your buddies. This is as good as it gets for amateur golf. These are all really incredible low handicap players going through a brutal qualifying ritual. And like I said, it's certainly probably one of the greatest social events around Lowell. Families and friends always seem to reunite. If you don't see that person for a year, you know you'll see them at the cities coming up, as it's dubbed. So I have a really interesting storyline tonight. 2 family members, we're going to call them cousins, which they are, but as we'll get through the program, it's like reading a Venn diagram how their family is, and that family is the Nangles. And if you're from around here, you'll know that name. There's so many of them, and chances are if you turn around, you're going to bump into one. And when you bump into one, they're probably going to be named Rosie, Bernie, Billy. It's amazing. I can't even keep up. And I'm going to introduce you to them. Bernie Nangle, I'll introduce in 1 second. He's playing out of Longmeadow. This is your, which cities?
This is my 6th.
It's your 6th. Let's get them on camera. There they are.
How are we doing today?
And then the strapping young lad, Tommy McCannon III, playing in his very first cities. You are how old?
15.
15. Look at him. Shyly says 15. Amazing accomplishment. One of the youngest city tournament qualifiers ever. And by the luck of the stars, you guys were able to be paired up. So there's 3 rounds. The first round is this Wednesday. I'm going to let you guys tell your stories. But it's this Wednesday. It starts out at Vesper Country Club out in Tingsboro. Beautiful track. And they get to play together as family members. And we're going to talk all about that. But welcome, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us on Bernie Nangle. I have to say, I've seen this room a couple times during election cycles, and it actually looks somewhat better. So,
yeah,
awesome.
It's cleaned up. It's nice. It's nice.
Sure.
So, Bernie, tell me about your voyage, your cities, your golf career.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it started, I lived across the street from Longmeadow and grew up that, cities was like the biggest thing. It's like the U.S. Open, basically in my backyard. Every single year, we would somehow have neighbors, friends, family, all asking to park in my driveway to avoid the traffic, to somehow get a spot and bring the cooler as close to the course as possible. That this was before they built up a fence behind number 3, which stops some of the riffraff coming through, but we're still like a much sought after parking spot for people to get.
Yeah, of course.
And very lucky to have like my grandfather playing it, my uncle playing it, my cousins playing it, and now I have a little T-Man who's trying to come at me this Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Pay-per-view to see who can take it down over at Vesper. I have like a great background in golf. I can dive into it a little bit later, but yeah, just very excited for playing with my cousin.
Easy, Tom Watson. Not that important. I'm just kidding. No, of course. That's awesome. Tommy, tell us what's up, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, man.
Just like growing up, seeing all the cars parked around my street for the cities.
In the Highlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like he said, living across the street from Mount Pleasant, playing there, seeing the leaderboard, seeing all the people try out, and just like wanting to be on the leaderboard as well, and just trying out. Been trying out past 2 years, but couldn't get it done till this year.
Now, I know the story, but retell it. So it's a 2-day qualifying effort, right? You have to 2 days, 18 holes, obviously, each day. First day wasn't quite your best.
No, I just some days I just don't have it.
Welcome to golf.
Yeah, I started off like bogey trip, and it started raining once I tripled, so it kind of got a little bit of miserable for a stretch. But you just gotta keep your head in it, and
Yeah.
just can't take your head out of it. Once you like put your hands up and say it's not your day, that's when you're going to shoot a big number.
What? So you're scoring. What did you score the first day?
80.
80. Not terrible.
Not horribly.
Put you in a bind.
Yeah, still made the cut. I think the cut was like 86.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
And
then day two.
day two was a lot better. Had my dad caddying.
Mm-hmm.
So he just kept my head in it. I started off bogey double there. Then I played the rest of the holes. I played the rest of the 16 holes 1 under. So I shot 73 that day.
And what you guys both finish in terms of the 12 folks that make it from each team? You go around 5 or 6, both
Yeah,
of you?
I think I was fifth or fourth.
Not bad, Junior. Not bad. That's good. So what are we thinking? By the way, let me stop it right here. If you notice, by the way, their armor they're wearing. Now, again, keeping in mind this is family playing for 2 different clubs. Each of them being represented, their families and others created T-shirts. So if you look to Birdie Nangle, you see that? He's been rocking that for his 6th. But I think what's important is share the T-shirt story and what came behind that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it all stemmed back from our uncle Bobby, who made the cities, and I think my family made T-shirts back then as a little kid.
Yeah.
But it was just always like part of the family cycle of the cities, a rolling party, and then like family and friends all out there. So representing Bambi back in the day, and then I finally made it when I was like 21, 22, after basically 15 years of torture trying to make this tournament.
Wait, 22. So it's 7 years older than Tommy. Okay, I just want to be clear with the math.
Oh, for sure. He's much better than.
Just want to be clear.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
But yeah, I made it and did T-shirts for the first 2 cities I played in. Probably losing money, charging people $10 a shirt, but just had like massive crowds with me throughout the tournament. Sure. And then one of my like closest friends and biggest supporter, he walked with me like every single hole for 3 straight days. Craig Maxfield, unfortunately, passed away back in 2018. So, to keep on his memory, bring together his family, our friends, and just keep on the tradition. We've been doing shirts for him.
Yeah.
I only charge $10 more, $20 more if you want for toddlers. It's just the way things are. But yeah, so then I rally up that money after I put it towards a long mail scholarship in the name.
That's great.
And to date, we've been able to raise about $8,000 for long mail scholarship, which we donate.
Awesome.
$50 for kids going to college.
Awesome.
So yeah, just massive influence in my life. His family is incredible. Carol, Brian, brother Eric, just massive, amazing family. So just have to continue to support Craig, his family, and bring it, like the cities brings us all together.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Turning to you, Mr. McCannon, you also have your repping shirts. First year, looking nice, dashing baby blue. Can you turn around a little bit? What's the back say there? What's your team? What's the team McCannon look like?
He does have a good name.
Little T's name. So I'll speak for you. You are the third Tom McCannon around, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least alive. Your granddad, the team man himself, who is just basically a Lowell legend, not a city's legend. He can't play for shit, but he certainly has been part of this. And obviously, your mom is the Nangle connection.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said she made those up. So little team man's team, fantastic. So those got made up. You selling them? Or you just giving them to nice people?
I think we're just giving them. I'm not sure, depending on who might charge some people.
Yeah.
It's
but
tough to
family
get the
members free.
infrastructure in place,
I
logistics,
understand.
supply chain. It's just his first city. So it does take a while to.
I'm flattered. I have both of them. Thanks to both of you for providing me one, and now I have to decide when and where and if I will wear them. I mean, I'm sorry to report. Sorry to report, Bernie, but I am a pleasant man.
Okay.
I gotta be honest. I love Long Meadow, but we got a rep, and my little man here. So I won't boo you, per se. What else, guys? Are talking. So we kick off Wednesday, 1:30. You guys go off. We talked a little bit of this before we started. Weather could be a factor. Vesper's always interesting. You know what I mean? it's no question. It's certainly the hardest track you'll face
Absolutely.
in the 3 days. So, like, what are you thinking? You guys go off middle of the day. And who is your third? Who's the third man?
It's a lucky man right there on the sheet.
His name is Kevin McLaughlin.
Yeah, I think he's part of the
Nabnasa
committee.
team. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to deal with, hundreds of obnoxious Nangle McCannons just running around the course.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Absolutely.
The
And it's
poor
on
guy.
Wednesday too. They're definitely.
Well, Wednesday Vesper, certainly a challenge. What do you guys think? How's the course playing? Do you guys play there out there?
Yeah, I mean
You get a practice round in?
we're very fortunate to be able to get practice rounds in, get it play there. It's a classic Don of Ross. Tight fairways,
yep.
tight greens, turtlebacks, everything runs away from you. Very, very challenging compared to 9-holers, which do test players who aren't used to the track, knows the quirks to Mount Pleasant, Long Meadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vesper is
It's a beast. It's a beast. And you back those tees up and it really becomes a different place. It's one of my favorite. I love it, but it's hard. It's really hard.
Yes, it is.
Especially when you're not playing it every day.
Oh.
That leads me to what you guys obviously know, like looking at the field, what is your sense? Like who were some favorites? Who were some underdogs? Who were some people you know and have played with?
I mean, I have some opinions, but I'll let Tommy speak.
Probably Chris. I like Chris. He's a great player.
Chris who?
Chris Gentle.
There we go.
He's a scratch, but he's like a very consistent scratch. He'll have a bad day, shoot 75, then he'll come back. He's gonna go and shoot like 71, 72.
Yep.
So he's very good. He's got a very good mental in the keeping his head in it, which is great.
Yeah, no, certainly he's certainly one favorite in the clubhouse. Who else we like?
Yeah, so I mean, I think
not that I don't think neither of you two could win.
No.
I'm just saying,
we understand where we're at. But from I think it's gonna be back to back with Drew.
Yeah.
He's got a ton in middle of college experience right now, playing and outside shot. I mean, I love Andrew Cox. Like he's not only is he amazing to play with. Like I met him through the cities, became good friends. But he's a fucking
and he's not that old, and he's played in a whole lot of city tournaments, to my recollection, right? Now I think always a hot topic, especially these last few years, is the Smith family. And for those of you that don't know, Phil Smith, the father, he started playing these city tournaments when he was roughly 15, 16, 17 years old. Won it at a very young age. Turned pro, I believe, at one point. And then when he kind of got home, started having kids of his own, raising future golfers. I mean, it's a pretty remarkable story. So he has 3 daughters. They all are M's, right? Madison, Molly, and Morgan. Thank you. I wouldn't have got him. So 4 Smiths playing in a city tournament. I mean, as a dad of daughters, I can't imagine how cool that must feel to just be like, wow. But a couple playing out of Long Meadow, one and a couple, maybe Mount Pleasant, I think, the others. So, the big question is, how do you feel playing with females?
I mean, they're absolutely incredibly talented. I tried out with Maddie. She didn't have her stuff the first day, but battled back and made the team on Sunday. And then Morgan was our club champion. She fought tooth and nail to get there.
Yeah.
They all are going to play college.
Of course.
I think they're incredible athletes, great players. Like, it's just competition, and they're that good.
Yeah, no, you certainly can't deny it. They can certainly play with the boys, for lack of a better term.
I mean, they beat the boys.
Yeah, I know that, and I know how. I mean, they're obviously a very committed family, and I know how much they've. I think one of them went down and played the pitch putt chip at Augusta. I think a couple of years ago. Like their life has been golf.
Yes.
You can see why, and that was their dad as well. So, always interesting storyline, because some people. Maybe I won't say take issue, but I think certain folks may feel like, well, girls and men are mixed, and men and women are mixed, and maybe that shouldn't be the way. But like you said, it's competitive, and
I mean, we're all
can't deny it.
amateurs.
We're all amateurs, no, and it's just a new chapter in golf. So, what else, fellas? How's your? Well, Tom, I'll start with you. Like, are your pregame jitters kicking in a little? It's 2 nights before. Are you all right? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good right now. Golf game's feeling beautiful.
Oh boy, I like that word.
Yeah, I feel like once I get there to the course and see all the people, I'm definitely gonna start feeling the butterflies. But once I feel like with the qualifying was the same way. It'll take like 5-6 holes before I start like.
We gotta warm up and
Yeah.
loosen up. It's that first tee shot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sure I've never played in the city tournament, but I can imagine it's gonna be a little bit intimidating. But you guys both. What's really nice is you guys have fans really supporting both sides. You know, that's really why I wanted to talk to you guys tonight. Was you got family that's gonna cheer for your great shots, Bernie and Tommy's, and it's just gonna be a really fun day. You know, hopefully it's a fun 3 days, of course, but I think it'll be really special for you guys, and I think it's really cool stuff. You know, and you're better golfers than 90% of the family of yours that I know.
I would say 99%.
Yeah.
But I'll just say, like, when you get to that first tee, Tommy, you're a driver. You don't have to swing as hard.
That's right. That first hole at Vesper is that awkward length par 4. It's whatever it is. It's like not even, I don't know if it's 300 yards or barely,
it's like
right?
290.
Yeah. So you never know. I never know what to hit off that. You know, do you hit an iron and have yourself a little wedge in? Do you just go for it? It's a lot of strategy out there, and I wouldn't want to be in your guys' shoes. I don't think I'd like it. Truthfully, it's just too much work. But
well, when you do have eyeballs on you, you're not used to it. It can become something like I hear people talk like if it's like a member guest and like 4 people come up to watch you, it's will crumble.
Yeah,
but
of course.
You get tournament experience in you. I know Tommy's good, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get going.
And again, not to be redundant, but it's the city, like people from not around here, they don't quite get what really happens. I mean, there's, dare I say, thousands that show up, you know, all in for 3 days, all 3 days, and it's great. It's such a great community thing, truly. Like I said, it's a great social thing to be at. And when you have some horses in the fight, it's really fun to follow them around and jump around. I mean, I know I used to know a whole lot more, but I look at this list of kids, and most of them now are my peers' children playing that are now 19, 20, 25, and all us middle-aged guys are just like, wow, that's my friend's kid. That's not my friend. You know?
I mean, I'm getting to the point where it's actually difficult to like explain why I'm taking off work on Wednesday or Friday.
Well, that's
like,
the thing.
I'm playing in a golf. What do you mean a charity event? Like, do that on the weekend? No, it's like an amateur. Oh, you're playing mid-am or massive? No, it's not.
It's not quite that.
It's my city. Nabnats. Well, Nabnats. It's not in Lowell. It's a city tournament. Just I'm taking the days. Explain that to like outsiders too. It's
they don't get, you can't get it till you see it.
Like live through.
You do.
Through it and you do like what you're showing up for because it's awesome.
It is, and like I said, it's people take time out of work. I mean, let alone the players. People banging on a Wednesday to go watch.
So I went to Providence College and I brought like friends from Providence up to the city. They bought T-shirts, came to root me on. They're like, "This is awesome," and they've been coming back ever since. Right. And then I actually brought a coworker of mine who came to visit me, got a T-shirt, like watched me play. He's like, "I want to play in this." The man moved up to Merrimack Valley, got a membership at Vesper, and qualified for 15 this year. No way. Yes, he did. His first time trying out. So like this, like when you're there, it like captures you. You want to be a part of it. You want to, and from either fan perspective or player perspective.
Yep. No, and that's the thing. Especially as a younger kid, and you both lived it. I lived it, and then like, oh man, I always thought, I just assumed someday I'd get to play in it. Like, I'll just get good someday, right? And then I was 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and now I'm 50, and I know that is not part of my narrative, so I'll just have to cheer on the younger group. It's going to be great. So the 100th City Tournament is coming at you in 2 days. Vesper Country Club, the first group goes off at 12 p.m., I believe, right? And then you guys are at 1:30, right in the middle, and it just becomes a beautifully, weather aside, because truthfully, the weather doesn't really slow down patrons.
No.
It's a fun afternoon, and one to be had fun by all. So, I wish you both a lot of luck.
Thank you.
And like I said, they are part of an extended Nangle family, which is just. There's so many trees. We haven't got down there. I have a little survey for you guys. We're going to play a little speed round to see. There are literally It's not quite hundreds, but it's not that far. There's probably 100 Nangle extended families, and there's some crazy diversions of who's related where and who married that one, and you all have the same damn names. It's just you're great people, great great representation of the city of Lowell. So, and we'll conclude with some golf. But knowing enough about your family, I polled some relatives of yours today, and I said I have young Tom McCannon coming on and another Bernie Nangle coming on to the program to talk about the cities. And I said, do you think we could stump them on family stuff, history, like who's who? Do you remember everyone's name? Do you know all your cousins' names? Do you know all your uncles'? I don't think you all do.
No, there's no way.
So I it's about 10 questions, okay? And but let me back up. Friendly wager going to go on between you two? Family wager? Doesn't have to be money.
I would assume there's some lines out there made by that. Exactly.
I believe it. I would believe it. But I'd like to. You guys should play for something fun. I don't know what that is, but consider it.
Okay, we will.
By tomorrow there'll be handicaps, there'll be lines. You guys will probably be on DraftKings tomorrow.
On the weather.
Plus 150. Tommy's coming in. So, but I do know for a fact that come Wednesday at 1:30 afternoon, there's going to be. You two will have more spectators than A2. I'm very confident of that.
And it's a good feeling, but at the same time, it's like leaders
I know.
and other, like the good players are out there.
Sure.
And, we have a large crowd, and like what's going on in that group.
And the other thing, which is kind of funny because I get to be a spectator, is it's going to be hard to probably keep focus a little bit at times because a bunch of loud members of your family and beyond are going to be just excited, cheering, yelling. Everyone's wearing 2 different T-shirts, all cheering for the same thing. So, in any case, so here we go. The name of this game, okay? Name that Nangle. So, there are questions about family.
Okay.
Some of them are directly like who's who, and others are just general. As I wrote these down and got through the answers, I realized how just people are all crazy. There's just too many of you. You can't keep up. It's like I said, it reads like a diagram. So I'm going to start off easy. So here's how it goes. Really simple. And there's no prize money here. Our budget at Inside Lowell.
It's only like shame or like.
Yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, they're going to pick on you, and I appreciate the folks that gave me some of these questions. So I don't know. I feel like you're a little handicapped higher here, Bern, just because you're twice his age.
Yeah, when I was his age, I knew no one
So,
in my family.
Tommy, don't you be embarrassed. So we're gonna start.
I'm not good at names.
No, we'll do you
Might be
you
the
right.
underdog in this one.
We'll do you right. So we're gonna start easy.
Yeah,
So
pressure's on me.
blurt it out the fastest. Actually, you know what I'm gonna have you do? The fake buzzer thing. That way it's
Yeah.
okay. First one to hit. Okay, I'm gonna start it real simple. So be ready. First question. Dave Nangle, elected official. What office did he hold?
State rep.
One for Bernie. You should have beat him, man. He's your uncle, man. Come on.
I had it on the tip of my tongue.
State Representative David Nangle, who you'll probably see on Wednesday as well.
Yeah.
Okay. This is another one thrown my way. And you both, this should be equally. Where, in what city or town was the last Nangle family reunion? Tom?
No,
Venture a guess?
No, I don't
Bernie?
It was out in Western Mass, but it was like.
Oh, I knew the town. Oh, you can't. No.
They're gonna kill me. I think it's. I'm gonna say Pittsfield and get left.
Ooh, so close. Westfield, Massachusetts. Moving on. Number 3. Robert Bobby Nangle had 3 nicknames. Can you name all 3?
So I got Bambi for sure.
Correct for 1, Bambi.
I'm bad at this.
I actually feel bad now. I don't know.
I never knew Lefty was 1. I never heard that.
I
was told today. And Humphrey. I don't know if that's his fake name. That was his prison name. I don't know what it was,
That's
but
probably like 40 years.
I know. We're throwing some tricky ones. Okay, let's see. There was apparently, I'm learning today too. There was an Uncle Jugga. Does anyone remember him? What was his real name? But take a guess. Nobody?
No, all I've heard is Rosemary. They'll talk about it. I'm gonna guess John because of the J.
Good guess. George.
Okay.
This is hard. You guys, look at you guys failing.
Oh,
This is
good.
family.
No, because this is
It's
like
bloodline.
when the family start talking adults. Me and Tommy like move away, and they just go off about the 50s.
Okay.
and 60s.
All right. Moving on. This is probably my favorite question
Yeah.
because it's just the answer is amazing. Old Bernie Nangle
Which one?
had 2 wives. Do you know their names?
Rosemary and Isabel.
Yes. And what were they? Sisters.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the fun part. He married sisters. I don't remember him, but I love it.
Yeah. Good man.
Oh, look at you guys. Now I'll get into some more easy stuff. Who's your favorite Nangle? Go.
Dave Nangle.
Ooh, good answer. Quick one. Good answer.
That's
It's an unfair question. I know.
That's
Brutal.
oh my god.
By the way, Tommy's mother's a Nangle. He didn't name her, but that's okay.
I'm gonna go my father, Phil Nangle.
Safe answer. I like that. That's fine. All right, boy. I'd like to say you do good. So here's my favorite and final question. Actually, no. One more. And I was asked to ask this. There's no right answer, so feel free. No one gets it wrong.
It's a trick question.
Who is the loudest Nangle?
There's a couple answers to that. It's crazy though. It's oh no, they're gonna kill me.
You can't be wrong.
Okay, well, Andy. No, I can't. No, because it's all right. Let's just say it's a woman. It is.
You're not going to answer, are you? Spit it out. You got to answer too.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You're going to have to answer.
It's.
I'm not going to make
Yeah,
you answer.
thank you.
It's fine. But it was going to be a female, so you all know who you are.
It could be anyone in the family. That's the thing.
And this is like I said, this is my final and favorite question. Of all your family, who, present, past, ever, was the biggest city tournament fan? I'll give you hints, a female.
I gotta go MFD.
Correct answer. Mary Frances Donovan.
Yeah.
She was
In the running for loudest too. Just
Of course she was. She was. That's what gave her her spunk. That was Mary. Oh goodness. God bless her. Should be nothing to make her happier than
Oh,
be
this is
here
awesome.
watching you guys on Wednesday.
she
So
would somehow sew the shirts together.
she'll be selling both shirts. Yes, wear both. She'll be commentating. I think it's safe to say everybody misses Mary.
Yeah.
So again, we'll leave it at that, guys. Thanks again. Best of luck. Again, Wednesday at 1:30, Vesper Country Club in Tingsboro. These 2 family members line up, tee it up. Should be a great day. It's going to be fun no matter what. I hope you both stripe it well. I hope you play well enough that you can play again together on Friday. Wouldn't that be amazing? But and there we have it, guys. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. This will be published tomorrow on June 17th, Tuesday. So hopefully you get a chance to watch this, get a preview, get some insight to these guys and what they're all about and their family. And you're going to see a whole lot of Nangle family members on Wednesday out there, and just look for the blue and the aqua blue shirts or whatever they want to call these. So we wish you both luck. Thank you all for listening, and have a good week and get out to the cities.